what we got in the news. First up, let's see. We're gonna have Israel versus Iran. Now I'll be
Ooh.
doing the reads because First Lady ain't here. But so Iran accused Israel of bombing its diplomatic complex in Syria in Israel's retaliatory war against Hamas, sparked by Hamas's October 7, I believe, 2023 attack on Israel. More than 300 projectiles, including around 170 drones and 120 ballistic missiles, were fired toward Israel in an immense aerial attack last Sunday. However, 99% of the projectiles were intercepted by Israel's aerial defense systems and its allies, according to the Israeli military, with only a small number reaching Israeli territory. So Israel, in response, launched missiles on Iran early Friday in a retaliatory strike it had promised and that Western leaders had sought to temper following Iran's attack on Israel. So, you know,
This
this
is
is
so juicy. This is
go ahead.
so juicy. This may be the kickoff to World War III. Like this is how it normally starts. Well, not normally because we ain't had World War III, but this is America too. We being real political with this. It's just like with North Korea. It's like, oh yeah, they got nukes. They doing all kind of shit, but wait, chill out. They got nukes, and this is what's going on right now. This right going on right now because Iran, that was definitely an act of war, straight up. But we be in politics like, they got nukes over there. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's gonna happen with this, but guess what? We have no control over none of it.
Big facts, and you talk about nuclear. That's the big reason why a lot of the Republicans and Israel don't want to make it easy for Iran to have nuclear. They want nuclear power just for the sake. They're arguing that they want nuclear power just for the sake of stepping into modern times and stuff like that. There's just great benefits to running off of nuclear power, but a lot of people are worried about them getting nuclear weapons because they think they might do something kind of like they did, last Sunday. But the thing about it was what they did Sunday was kind of like a show.
Mhm.
And it really didn't do damage, and it was really a response to the fact that if you destroy their embassy, that's basically Iran's soul. If you have an American embassy in some other country and someone fires on it, that's technically firing on American soul. So they have a beef to they have a legitimate reason to respond. And the fact that nothing really happened, that's where you let sleeping dogs lie. You don't want to sit here and aggravate this. Sometimes you want to give a person a win just so they shut up and sit their ass down. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about having a pissing contest and something resulting in some real damage. So I mean, again, I know that Biden was trying to tamper this down, and Netanyahu, or however you pronounce his name, he's basically the Trump of Israel, and he ain't trying to have it. So it is what it is. But let me read Charles X's comments. His first comment, what was it? So Iran showed the world its power. Iran's actions were self-defense. So they were self-defense. I don't know how much power they showed when 99% of your stuff gets shot down. But he said only the colonizers don't want Iran get nukes. If Iran's threatening to wipe out Israel, I mean, I think they have a legitimate ground to not want them to have nukes. If your homeboy, if your enemy is saying that they don't want you to exist and they're gonna kill you, you do have an interest in saying, like, I don't want them to have the means to do that. But again, I'm not gonna be sitting there arguing for Israel. I'm not gonna be arguing for Iran. You look like you got something to say there, Mr. Elpoo.
All I got to say is this: it seems like the perfect time to have World War III right now. You
Yeah,
got
well,
you got what's going on in the Middle East right there. You got the Soviet Union doing what they doing. They making threats. You got China making big threats to take Taiwan. The Soviet Union is Soviet Union, Russia. I'm sorry, Russia, which they might turn over the placard. They might say the Soviet Union because that's what they really wanted to be. They wanted to go back to. They want Russia to be great again. Go back to the Soviet Union.
Russia's in the war right now.
Exactly. I'm saying China's threatening to, go to war. Well, not even go to war, just invade Taiwan and bring it back to the fold of the mainland. If they do all,
basically the Ukraine situation. Yeah, exactly. So that was one of the reasons why they allegedly inserted themselves into the Ukraine situation, was to also discourage that activity. But Americans probably shouldn't be trying to be the world police. Go ahead.
if the Ukraine was part of the UN, that would have set it off for World War III.
I want to say this.
Hold on, but at the same time, if China goes into Taiwan, I think Taiwan is part of the UN. Am I correct?
That
Let's
I don't know.
let's
Yes, they
end
are.
it on
They
this.
are.
Which
If they
you
go and
ain't
invade,
saying shit, nigga.
yeah,
Come
I
on.
am saying something, bro. I'm saying it's
Yeah,
a
he is.
perfect time for the bottom line is it seems like it's perfect time for World War III because actually at the same time the U.S. is so divided. Democrats, Republicans. You got people like Marjorie Taylor Greene parroting Russian propaganda allegedly, which is really true to be honest. And you got all this little shit going on, man. Look, the United States is and then. You got these people talking about breaking up the United States, or even let's say demolishing the UN. If they demolish the UN, you got people like Russia and China and all these other countries like that. They can do whatever the hell they want to do, for real.
Yeah.
I apologize for that, Mr. F. But I do want to say this, which I'm going to be correct on this. If Trump was in office, this wouldn't happen.
No, I know exactly. You know why? Yeah, okay.
I
I'm
say
not.
my shit and run. I'm out of here.
Yeah, because we'd probably be all destroyed by now. That's the dude that was threatening to use nuclear weapons on Mexico for cartels. It's like, hey, bruh, no one has launched a nuclear weapon since what
World
happened in
War II.
Japan. Well,
Yeah.
no, Japan. Yeah, exactly. It's no
World
one
War
has
II.
done. Just think about that. Hasn't been done since Japan, dude. So let's chill back. The whole purpose of that is deterrence. You know,